all the broccoli guy whiners finally stop their bitching? Let's hope so. Hey everybody, this is Mushbeard back with some more Skylanders Ring of Heroes, and today we are here to talk about the new update information that is going to drop for the update coming tomorrow or tonight, depending on your day, May 2nd, and everything that's involved in that. We're going to touch on the highlights, skim over some of the other stuff, talk about where there's good things, where there's bad things, and all that kind of stuff. So let's get right into it, because there is a huge amount of information, a lot of information in this thing. So one of the things that was talked about in the pre-drop information was about the no more max limit for your star level for your Skylander, and they have clarified, excuse me, I do need to have a drink, that no matter what star level they're at, they can level up to 70, so you no longer have to wait to evolve them up a star before you can go those next 10 levels. So in the example they give, 1-star Hot Dog can reach level 70. Please don't raise Hot Dog. He is terrible without having to evolve. So you can do that with anyone you have, not 4s, not 3s, anything. Get them up to 70. They'll be much more usable now. They still won't be as strong as someone that's 6-star level 70, but they should hopefully be usable. There's also no more evolving level limit. So as long as you're powered up to +5, you can evolve up to the next star at any level. And you have the materials, doesn't matter. If you're level 10 and you want to go up to 5-star, go right ahead if you got all the materials. That's kind of cool. So you don't have to hit those certain milestones. You don't have to get to level 50 to go up to 5 stars and all that stuff. So that's kind of cool. That stuff should be interesting. That's the really good stuff from this update. The potion cost, which they talked about, red potions are going to now cost $200 per bottle, and blue potions will be $75. Both of these are dumb. They should both be free. Well, the blue potions, I guess not, since you can't level villains any other way, although that should also be the reason that they're free, because you can't level them another way. Red potion should also be free, because that is dumb. They're also changing it, so a red S potion will give 25 experience instead of 10, and blues will give 15 instead of 10. But minor stuff, still not going to be worth it. You still have to pay for them, which is dumb. Soulstone drop. This one is huge, so they're refreshing the adventure stages. So this is what you need to know. Usable units that you will not be able to farm after this update include Crusher, Food Fight, Lightning Rod, and Gill Grunt. Those are the big ones. Also, you can't farm Eruptor, Flinkong, and Zook, but nobody really cares about those. So again, Gill Grunt, Lightning Rod, Crusher, and Food Fight, not farmable as of tomorrow. So get them in today while you can. This is why I'm farming Food Fight. I don't mind a 6-star, but he's not quite awakened. I don't think I'm going to make it in time, so I'm going to have to use Omni Shards to get him the rest of the way, which kind of sucks. But I haven't even finished or started on Crusher. I haven't finished Gill Grunt. He is awakened, but he's not 6-star. And Lightning Rod is the same way. He is 5-star, but not awakened. So yeah, I'm going to be hurting, but that's what it has to do. And of course, the guaranteed drop rate has been announced. Each adventure stage will have a guaranteed soulstone drop up to 10 to 15 per day, which doesn't make any sense. If it's guaranteed, how is there a range? But anyway, that sounds like it will be. So 1.1 will drop up to 10 shards. Well, we'll say up to 15 based on this information. Up to 15 shards guaranteed. After that, you can farm like normal at the current rates that they're at. Stage 2 will be another 10 to 15. Stage 1.3 will be another 10 to 15. So that is a good way to farm them up quickly, so that you'd be looking at 60 to, 75? Not 75. Oh, yeah. 5 times 6 is 30. 60 to 90, excuse me, guaranteed soul shard drops per day. That is good for certain units, so you don't have to farm all day. You can get those quickly. You know, if you're getting a 90, it's only going to take you a couple days at those guaranteed rates, when you could be farming runes in between to really build up a unit. So that's kind of cool. But like you said, after those guaranteed ones, they'll go back to its normal drop rate, so you can keep farming and stuff like that. Reset prices for Stage 7 for the boss stages has been reduced by a lot, but that is because the change to things that you can farm on stage, the bosses are not units anymore, but Omni Stones. Ooh, Omni Stones, that sounds great, except all the islands except for Dark and Light are the role-specific Omni Stones. So heroic defensive, so Fortide, you can get 2-star defense Omni Stones, 3-star defense Omni Stones, what have you. Those have a terrible conversion rate. 4 to 1 is a terrible conversion rate. Unless they're going to start giving a bunch from this stuff, that is a huge nerf. to me. However, on Dark and Light, they are just straight up Omni Stones, so there are 3, 4, and 5-star Omni Stones, so you can farm those level 7 on hard. You're going to get legendary Omni Stones. That is kind of cool. Then if we go back to the things that notable units that we will now be able to farm from these Soul Stones are going to be Washbuckler. Woohoo! I am so looking forward to that. I have mine 4-star Awakened. Now he'll be able to, I can farm him up to 6-star. And it will be awesome. Chill is back to being able to be farmed, so if you need your Chill, you can go out and grab him. Wildfire is now, he's not the greatest, but he will be farmable from normal and not boss stages anymore. I think eventually he'll get a buff and get some love. Where else? Whirlwind is changing where you can farm Whirlwind. It's now in the Air Island instead of the Light Island. Flashwing is now going to be farmable again. Flashwing was a huge point of contention the first time they took it off, but she is back. You can farm her up. Barbella, someone you can farm. Ooh, that's going to be great. That block stuff is going to be good, but notable from the tech one is you can now farm Gear Shift, which is going to be huge because a lot of people are looking at Gear Shift, especially for W10. That's Wailing 10. Her leader skill and her evasion could be huge. So I think people are going to be looking at that. But you cannot farm Sprocket anymore because of the boss stage 1. So that kind of sucks. Splat will now be farmable from the Magic Island. So it'll be Spyro, Ninjini, and Splat. That'll be good. I do like Splat. Cinder. Hello. Yes. Goodbye, Double Crypt King. Hello, Cinder on normal for the Undead Island. That is what I want to hear. That is the right one. And then from the Dark and Light Islands, it's now going to be Omni Stones that you farm from those stages. Rare attack, so that's 3-star from easy and normal. You would get 3-star attack and expert Omni Stones, and then you'll get Shadow Spitfire, who is, I believe, is going to be really good when people build him. He seems really good to me. And then Light, you will get the 3-star defense and support Omni Stones, as well as Light Hex on hard. So Light Hex is definitely going to be very usable in the Chaos dungeons because of Diminish, as well as in the Wailing dungeons, also because of Diminish. So there was a huge amount on the Soulstone drop list information. You definitely want to check that out. Keep on moving along here. Like I said, there is a ton of stuff. Master Eon's guide missions are now out there. There will be a lot of stuff. The thing to note about this is when you finish the new Master Eon's guide missions, you will get 250 5-star Soulstones, so legendary Soulstones of a Skylander of your choice. That is crazy strong for free-to-play, and that is a smack in the face to pay-to-play players because they are counting on being able to buy stuff ahead of people. 250, that is a ton. You can almost awaken the Skylander just from completing the missions. You got to choose. I don't know if Light and Dark will be in this one because it's not always in the other ones that you get to pick, but I have a feeling people are going to be picking Ember, Spitfire. I'm building Robo. I probably won't pick him because I'm getting close, but other units that they're going to be looking at, if you can pick Light and Dark, there's going to be a whole bunch of Astro Blasts and Nightlights coming to life. I can tell you that right now, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Do those. Most Master Eon missions are not very difficult, so do those, get your 250 shards of your legendary Skylander, and just rejoice, I guess. Energy fixes are now permanent. The prices, we already knew that. Battle system changes. This is where we talk about the Broccoli guy. They are heard your voices, and they're changing Broccoli guy back to 30 seconds and 30 seconds for summon and resummon. However, his skill cooldown will be increased, and his healing amount has been reduced. So that's what you get. You wanted him to be there for 30 and 30, and they said that's too strong. So here you go. You wanted to keep him at 30-30, we'll make him not as heal as strong and not as often. So, will you stop complaining about it? I don't know. I scaled mine up. I'm not complaining. I could care less. He's super boring. I'd rather use someone else anyway. So, all right. Stat changes for Skylanders. Overall, every Skylander will have its stat increased. The stat gain from evolving in Nat 2 Skylanders will yield more than before. So Nat 2's got even stronger. That is weird because they nerfed 1 and 2 stars a long time ago. They're making Nat 2 stronger, which Kaboom was already super strong. So, but the higher the grade, the more stats will be gained from evolving. That makes sense. And they're going to re-optimize stats according to skill properties as well. So if you're a defense type and you build on HP, hopefully they'll scale more towards HP and not towards defense. But this is a problem for someone like Shadow Kingpin, who is a defense type unit and has terribly low attack at 2,000 for his 6-star +5 level. That's super low, but he's a defense unit. But he has a skill that scales with attack and one that scales with max HP, which doesn't make any sense. He has no skills that scale with defense. So please fix Shadow Kingpin, because I want to build him. Let's see here. Some Skylanders will have their certain stat decrease to counterbalance the increase, so you might get more attack but have less defense, so you hit harder but be squishier. Good to know. There are a bunch of skill changes in here. I will mention the units that are changing and just give a brief talk about them, and I won't talk about each individual skill. Zulu changes, bleh, who cares? I don't have them, but most people don't use them a lot, so you can bypass. He may be serviceable now. Ambush changes to everything, and he still seems very underwhelming. I have mine at 5-star +3. I still don't plan on building him. Does not look good any better than Super Shot Stealth Elf or even regular Stealth Elf at this point. So, no. Kingpin got a buff, extra turn increase for his strength, so that's good. He's going to be even stronger. Tide Pool, bleh, Tide Pool stinks. They reduced mana but increased cooltime, so... they did make it so that the prerequisite for the heal is now any debuff as opposed to just attack down, so that does make her more viable with other units, but I still don't think she's going to be very good. Slam Bam, blah, 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 nothing good. Airstrike got a buff because it's not going to be remove buffs instead of reduce countdown, that's good. Jetpack is now the same way. He's going to remove buffs instead, now he removes debuffs instead of buffs. That's just the wording skill. Sharkskin Terrafin got a buff to damage. Wallop got a buff to damage. So unskilled, it's now going to do 12% of his attack instead of 4%. So now, like mine has 4 skill ups in it. It was at 16. It's going to be 18. So now I'm definitely not going to use the last skill up because 2% is not worth that red skill up stone. 4% might have been. So I'm just going to leave them as is. And I will have a video on 6-star Awakened Wallop soon here. That and the Deja Vu one I was actually going to make. But then these patch notes drop, so that's more important to cover. Buff and debuff changes. Diminish getting huge buff. Now Diminish will always come in at least a count of 3, so there will be no more 1 or 2 turn diminishes. It will all be at least 3 turns. The damage has increased by approximately 6%, and this affects Tough Luck, Hex, Awakened Hex, and Crypt King. Decreased debuff count. A lot of units have had their change from decreased debuff count to remove debuff instead, so this will affect Airstrike, Deja Vu, Hallelujah, although she still has a broken AI, Fiesta, and Light Flashwing. Freeze is now all the counts will be increased by 1, so anyone that casts Freeze, it will now increase by 1 turn, so this will be Kingpin, Dive-Clops, and Freeze Blade. There would be no change to Hex. So Freeze Blade got a buff, Kingpin, Dive-Clops, small buffs. Leader skill up, effect resist up, and effect accuracy up. This now says max increased to 5%, which would be a decrease, a nerf to these units, like Smolder Dash, which was 15%. So I don't know if it means increased by 5% to now 20%, or if it's nerfing them by 10% down to 5%. We'll have to see those. I mean, it's hit or miss. Yes, it would be a nerf to these units like Sprocket and Fizz, Blastermind, and Smolder Dash, and Hex. But we'll see how that goes. Charge skills. Charge is getting a change. So when a Skylander blocks an attack while it's charging up, the charge time will decrease by 1 second. So that means block rate on charge skills like Super Shot Stealth Elf could be really good. However, if you get crit while you're charging up, it will increase your charge time by 0.5 seconds per hit. So be careful when you're charging up. It's now a make sure you're using it at the right time thing, as opposed to just get your charges up and then blast them off as soon as they're done. So that will be very interesting. Changes to Arena. Arena has the next biggest change in this patch. There's a ton of stuff. Come on. You will now be able to select your Arena defense, just like you can in Summoner's War. However, when your team wins against another challenger, it will gain points, but you will lose points when it is defeated. So your bad AI could come into effect. Also, to go with the Arena changes is a new thing called Mana Contamination. After a certain amount of turns, the attacking team will receive a set amount of damage, which increases each time it occurs, which would be like the old towers in Summoner's War that do minimal damage, but we'll see how much this one is. Arena point resets, just saying if you end in this bracket, you'll all be reset to this certain bracket. So bronze, silver, and gold will go to bronze 1, plat will go to silver 1, diamond goes to gold 1, and master and grandmaster will all go to plat 1. So, but it will be harder to maintain your ranks because you will lose points when people attack you. Other changes that they're going to note in here: Meditating Woodlands gives less experience now, but will drop red potions, which cost money. So this is this is a nerf to already terrible Meditating Woodland. And there will be a chance to earn additional red potions by chance. Who freaking cares? I don't know anyone that does Meditating Woodlands because it's terrible. It costs way too much energy for the experience that you get, and now you'll get less, and you'll have to spend money to use the red potions that you get. That was dumb if you come to us. That was dumb. This thing needed a fix, not a nerf. I don't know. There's going to be chat improvements, more dots. You'll see private messages easier. I've never got one, so I don't know. Stuff like that. New event login board. Log in every day for more rewards. So I'm going to guess that means, the mana, the gems, all that stuff. Possibly the units that you get. So Super Shot, Stealth Elf, and Kingpin may be changed around. Skill cooldown time, UI improvements. Additional effects when you upgrade talents. Revised translation errors, which some of this could be translated wrong in this thing, and the Easter event will now be over. So that covers everything in this patch. Again, it drops tonight, today, tomorrow, whenever that is. May 2nd, 10 p.m. Pacific time is when the servers will go down, and then I think they're coming up 2 a.m. Pacific time. So we will see where that goes. But that is a rundown of all the notes here. I am farming Food Fight as fast as I can. Hopefully I can get him done before he is no longer farmable. What units are you going to farm? Are you going to try to rush in Crusher? Who else are you going to Gil Grunt before they go away? I don't know. I will look forward to your comments in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, everybody. This is Mushbeard. I am out.